Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Bite the Arrow, in which tonight I watched and going to give you a quick thoughts on the 1988 slash movie Maniac Cop. So Maniac Cop is about a police officer, a decorated police officer, who ends up being sent to prison due to his badassness and brutality. And he just so happens to be in the prison with all the inmates and criminals he's sent to prison. So as you can imagine, they seek the revenge and they kill him off. And then people start being killed in New York in a really cool kind of New York sleazy setup, and the way it's shot and cinematography that anybody, you know, it's not, you don't even have to be a criminal, but normal folk, as I'll say, just normal New Yorkers are being killed off by this serial killer dressed as a police officer. So what happens is then you're introduced to the character Jack. I wrote his name down. Jack Forrest, played by 80s horror icon Bruce Campbell, or even just horror icon in general, not just the 80s. And the introduction to his character is really quite different on this movie, because you're introduced to him, and his wife is very insecure, and he's getting ready for work, putting on his his uniform, and she's talking about where you're going and things like that, just basically being very insecure about their relationship. And he's reassuring her, saying no, and it kind of sets you up that this character Jack is this kind of real nice guy, nice cop, nice husband, reassuring the wife. And then what happens is the wife follows him, and it ends up being that he's actually having an affair. So it really is a bit different to what I was expecting. It kind of showed a different side of this kind of main character, that he wasn't actually, you know, the perfect person. So that was quite cool. So then he's arrested because he's basically framed as the police officer doing all these murders. And then McCree, played by the awesome and ever reliable Tom Atkins. I must say his performance in this is fantastic. I really, really do like Tom Atkins. He always delivers to me when I see him in films, such as The Fog, Night of the Creeps. You know, he's just a talented actor, and in this you really buy into his take no shit police officer detective role. He just owns the scenes, owns the screen when he's on there, and his dialogue is on point. I mean, it was written by Larry Cohen, but the way he delivers his scenes just screams screen time and just drags you in and just makes you want to watch more and more Tom Atkins. So basically he's then the police officer who's investigating the murders. And I will pause now and say this is spoiler heavy. So if you don't want to know the spoilers, go away, watch it, and come back and watch the rest of it. So I'm giving you a warning. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so big spoiler is McCree, played by Tom Atkins, is killed off after an hour. So he ends up doing some research, and he's at the police headquarters where he's following a lead on this lady who I won't tell you much about, but she's integral to the storyline, and he gets thrown out a window and killed off. And it's like, it kind of reminds me of Psycho, where she's killed off in the shower scene, the infamous, you follow the main character, then boom, they're killed off. So then all the focus goes straight back to Jack Forrest, aka the Bruce Campbell, and he then escapes, and then it follows him now, how he basically just proves he's innocent and hunts down the maniac cop. So quite simple in plot, really. Some outstanding performances from horror icons, like I said, Bruce Campbell and Tom Atkins, and it just flows so well. It is such an entertaining late 80s movie. It has your blood, it has your guts, not too much of it, if I'm honest. It's not all out there gore, but what there is done well, and I think fits with it. There's a lot of people you'd recognise in it. Some of the kills are done long shot or behind or cut away, so you use your imagination. I'm assuming it's because of the budget constraints, but you know what, it doesn't detract you from the enjoyment of the movie. It just flows well. The only negative is I found the ending, to me, felt so rushed. It just quickly comes upon you and it ends. Now I know there are 2 other sequels. I've heard the second one is really good, but the third one not so. So I will check out the sequels another day. But if you want a quick 90-minute movie, or just less than 90-minute movie, and you want some fun slasher with a copper, this is your perfect copper slasher. There we go. So yeah, Maniac Cop. Go watch it. It's a great flick. Right, that's it. I'll see you again soon for another... Oh! Score. Nearly forgot my score. Right, 4. 4 solid hours out of 5 every day of the week. So there we go. Maniac Cop 4 out of 5. Yeah, there we go. I'll see you again soon for another episode of Bite the Arrow. Cheers.